Okay, hi Raquel.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, I'm doing good. Well, thank you for inviting me inside your home. My name is Talia Martinez. I am a social worker from the Department of Human Services. I recently received a referral regarding I believe your younger sister, Breann. The incident happened on June 28th, 2013. Are you aware of what happened that day?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Just in your own words, I'd like to know what happened. So if you can please explain to me.
Yeah. So I'm usually always in my room. So that's where I was in. I was in my room. Then I came out to get some food from the kitchen, and then I went back inside my room. And then about 5 minutes later, I heard screaming and yelling. And so I came out, and I saw Candace trying to wake up my dad, who was passed out on the couch, telling him, "We need to drive Breann to the hospital." And I looked over at Breann, and she had like liquid all over her shirt and her mouth. And I was confused because I didn't know what she had taken. But I know Candace kept saying that they had to drive her to the hospital because it was important. So my dad finally woke up, and Candace drove them to the hospital. And I stayed home with Brandon, which is my 5-year-old little brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did say that your dad was passed out. Was he passed out because he was asleep, or did he take any drugs?
No, he smokes weed.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll smoke weed. So I guess he just smoked some, and he got really relaxed, and he just passed out on the couch.
So how often would you say he smokes weed?
Like once a day at least.
Once a day. How about during the week?
At least 7 times a week.
7 times a week. Okay. So who does he get the weed from?
Well, before they used to grow and sell it in the backyard.
Okay.
Him and Candace, but then they stopped doing that when CPS got involved.
Okay.
So now he has a supplier outside. I don't know, someone in the neighborhood.
Okay. Would you say he's purchasing it illegally?
Well, it's a shop, I guess you can call it. 'Cause I guess, yeah. Okay. So he goes in there and, I guess, yeah. I don't know if it's legal or illegal. I'm thinking it's legal since it's a shop that he goes and buys. But
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How about Candace? Does she use any drugs?
Yes.
She does.
She does weed as well.
She does weed as well. Okay.
But hers, I wouldn't say is as frequent as my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how frequent does she smoke weed? Is it?
I would say once every other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does she also purchase this weed from a shop or marijuana shop?
My dad purchases it for both of them.
Oh,
so he'll go to the shop and get some for the both of them, and he'll bring it home.
Okay. How about you? Do you use any drugs?
I do weed too.
You do weed?
Yeah.
Okay. How often would you say you smoke?
Like twice a day.
Twice a day?
1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
Do you smoke every day or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I just would like to know, how often would you say that the kids are left unsupervised?
Well, whenever Candace is there, she usually tries to keep an eye on them and see what they're doing. But if she'll leave them to my dad, she'll go to the store or something, and she'll tell them to take care of the kids. He'll usually be watching TV or something and just let them roam around. So they're practically unsupervised because they're out in the front yard unsupervised or in the backyard even. And so it's whenever Candace isn't there, I would say that maybe there's less supervision or limited.
Okay, so if Candace is in the home, she supervises the kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
She does her best, I would say.
Okay, so when the kids are left unsupervised by both Candace and your dad, have they got in trouble in the past, or have there been any safety issues or hazards that they've encountered?
Not major. Like they're kids too, so they'll be out in the front yard and they'll fall or something because they're
Mhm.
climbing stuff they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And they'll scrape their knee or something. But it's not like up to this point where when this happened that it was something dangerous.
Okay. All right. So, how about you? Do you ever, take care of them or watch over them when your dad is passed out or when Candace is out at the store or something?
Not really. I'm usually in my room.
Okay.
And so if and they know if my dad passes out, like they know, like they have to be quiet. So either go in the backyard and play or in their room. And so they're usually there. So I don't really go outside my room. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when Richard, Candace, or you use weed or smoke weed, where are you guys when you guys smoke?
Well, I'm usually always in my room.
Okay.
That's where I smoke weed. Sometimes Candace will come in and smoke a joint or two with me.
Okay.
And then my dad, he'll mostly do it in the living room, I guess, because that's where he passes out.
Okay. Are the kids around when he smokes weed?
He tells them to go play.
Okay.
Like, go play outside or something, or in your room. So they're not right there. But I mean, I'm sure they can still maybe see the smoke or smell something going on. But
okay. So you would say that Breann and Brandon are usually around when your dad smokes weed.
Yeah.
Whereas you and Candace, you guys go to the room when you guys smoke, and the kids are not around.
Yeah.
Or do you say the kids are left inside of the home when you and Candace smoke, or they're outside?
They're usually, like I said, in their room or outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then when Candace comes into my room, she'll tell my dad, like, oh, take care of them.
Yeah.
So then he tells them to go outside or to the room.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do see some history, some CPS history of your dad, that he was physically abusive with you and your younger siblings, your mom and your dad. So, is there any physical abuse in the home right now where you see Richard or even Candace hitting the kids inappropriately?
I wouldn't say inappropriately. It's just like spanking if they do something bad, or like with their hand or something, like spanking them. But it's mostly my dad, not really Candace, the one that gives them that consequence, I guess. But it's not something like crazy or that puts them in danger or something.
Okay. When he does hit them, does he ever leave any bruises or marks on their little bodies?
He did once when they were a little younger.
Okay.
He spanked Brandon, and it did leave a bruise.
Okay.
And so Candace got him, told my dad, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
I understand the need to be disciplined, but that's too much.
All right. And how long ago was this?
I would say 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And ever since then, he hasn't hurt them that way again?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So I do have a question for you, Raquel. I do see that your child was removed from your care in 2015. Can you explain to me a little bit, as to why that happened?
Yeah. So I had a 3-year-old boy, and I was living with my boyfriend at the time, which was his dad.
Okay.
And I was just doing more hardcore drugs, like meth. And he was doing drugs too. And so we lived in a tiny little apartment, and we couldn't make rent anymore. There was hardly any food in the home.
Yeah.
So then that's when you guys got involved, or CPS got involved, and they took him from our care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do see that your child has been adopted. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you doing any hardcore drugs right now?
No.
No.
They told me, the thing is, they told me that I could try getting him back. And so I tried I tried getting sober. I took some parenting classes that they asked me to.
Okay.
But he was still adopted out.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I guess he's in a better family. So, but it feels like now I'm not really a mom. So it's just different. But no, I got clean. Now I just say I do weed.
Okay.
Because that's all. That it just helps me relax with my anxiety. Some of my anxiety. So.
Okay. Well, I think it's great that you're not doing those hardcore drugs anymore. That's a big step. Moving forward. So, do you have any other questions or concerns you'd like to add on to our conversation?
No. I think I was able to give you all the info I have. So.
Okay. I do have another question for you. Would you say that Candace and Richard are fit parents who be raising your little brother and sister? Or do you think there's something that can be done to better help them, raise these children?
Well, I will say that they've come a long way from where they were, say, a year ago. But I think there's still improvements to be made. Like that incident that happened with Breann taking the AC fluid.
Yeah.
Like that was something that I think impacted the whole family. So I think that was a rude awakening for both of them.
Yeah.
So I think they're on their way of becoming better parents. I just think they need some resources and help.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, Raquel, well, thank you so much for all the information you provided. It was really helpful. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, you can always call me. I'll be more than welcome to meet with you anytime you need.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.